Alright, hello everybody. I'm about to give you a little proper tour of the Idaho Tater land since I've made some changes to it. I had to move some trees around and alter the edges of the field a little bit since when I tested it the other night, it's running into some issues with the AI getting stuck on trees and myself getting stuck on trees. So things had to change. So I'm going to actually give you a little tour of the map because I already did a tour video, but apparently my mic was not working. It seems to be working now, so hopefully it actually is. So without any further talking, we'll jump in here and I'll show you around the map and do a little tiny bit of testing at the end to see if the AI is working now. So here we go. Just want to turn the music off. Alright, so this is your starter farm. As you can see on the map, it's kind of off to the one side in the middle a little bit. Up here you got kind of the town area. Just a very small, basic town. Couple sell points, couple productions. Your dealership, your animal dealer is right here. Your grain mill sell point is right there. This is there. It's nothing there right now because you have to buy the property to get it. But that's the my commercial grow shed. I'm actually gonna give myself a little bit of money so I can go around and. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go right ahead and just give myself the whole map to make things a little easier. If I can remember how you do that. There we go. Alright, so now I own everything. So, now you can see a production point pops up there for the grow shed. So let's see what else we got here. At our main farm, you're going to have a few things here. You got liquid fertilizer tank, you got a solid fertilizer tank, lime station, you got a fuel tank there in the workshop, got a repair shop, and you have your normal grain silo, which this is a multi-fruit, so if you want to put potatoes in there, you can. It holds over 5 million liters, so I mean, you got plenty of room. But right here, you have a potato silo that I made, which will hold 3 million liters of only potatoes. It's the only thing that it accepts. And as you can see from the map, there are a lot of potatoes. Obviously, if you don't want to do potatoes, I mean, you can just plow the field and plant whatever you want here, but you're going to start out with a lot of potatoes if you want to do this. So, I guess we'll start out at the starter farm. If you were to buy this normally, it's, as you can see, $483,600. It's almost 10 acres. It's a pretty good sized little area. You do start out with number 2 and number 4 for the fields. So they are a little pricey. They're big fields, as you can see. I mean, that's 44 acres. This one is 34 and a half acres. 34 and a half acres. So, I mean, you get a pretty good chunk here. You also get this field off here in the corner, which I'll show you in a little bit. It has an interesting path to get to it. You'll have fun getting to there. That's your only grain field that you're going to own. But the way I have it set up, this will be ready to harvest right away in August, so you'll have something to do right away, and then potatoes will be ready to harvest in, I want to say, September. They'll be ready. I think that's how I had them set up. Yeah, so September the potatoes are going to be ready to harvest, and August, I think this was what is this, rye or, what did I make that? Rye or spelling? Rye. So that's going to be your rye field up here. and that is ready to harvest right away. So you can go harvest that, get a little bit of money, and then next month you're going to have fun harvesting those 2 giant fields. So, back to the farm. So this is your house. It's an ICUS house. All these extra buildings are ICUS buildings. So yeah, you're going to have some really nice stuff to start out with here. There are kind of a few required mods, but I mean, it is what it is. If you want some nice stuff to start with, you got to deal with the required mods. So upstairs in this room is going to be your sleep and wardrobe trigger. Really nice house. All his stuff is awesome. That's why I use it over and over and over. I mean, how can you go wrong? So this shed is going to have your harvesters. Come on. Come on. You got a nice big case harvester here. Got your header. And you got 2 potato harvesters, which probably aren't even going to be enough to really contend with these fields. If you really want to get into these potatoes, I suggest running at least 3 days, because it's going to take you a long time. So, here's a little office area. This is your workshop. All kinds of little functions, hide flags, hide do all kinds of stuff in here. All kinds of stuff to play with. Now you got 2 tractors. The case, where is the 400s? Yeah, we'll go over that. I don't want to tell you the wrong stuff, so let's see what we got here. Do this the right way. Alright, so you got your Brendel K105, that's your spreader. You got the Klaus you're on 12650, that's your big tractor. You're going to need that for a few things. Got your Case IH AF111, that's your harvester for the grain, which, I mean, like I said, if you don't want to do a lot of potatoes, you got the option to switch it out. You'll have to get a seeder, because I didn't provide that. Or did I? I don't know. We'll come across it. Alright, then you got your Case IH FD250, that's your header. Case IH Magnum 400 power drive, you got 2 of those. Grime GL 860 compactor, that's your potato planters. Grime Venter 4150, that's your potato harvesters. You got 2 of those. You got a Hardy AN 5200 Delta Force, that's your sprayer. You got the Hawk KUW 2000, that's your it's like your auger wagon, I guess you'd call it. It's got the belt for the potatoes. It's your International CV series, which I put the dump bed on it, so you can put some stuff in there. Crampy SKS 301050 trailer. Now, one word of advice: I would not take that with the semi onto the fields, because when that thing gets loaded and with the extra ground deformation, it's nearly impossible to get off the field with a full trailer. You are gonna want to use your big Klaus tractor with that, with this guy here, right here. Because if you don't, you're not gonna have a good time trying to get in and out of those fields. And you got your power washer. Oh yeah, I did give you a seeder. Lemke Solitaire 12. That's just a standard seeder, no fertilizer or anything like that. Mack Trucks Black Anthem 6x4. That's your semi. Summer Super Chisel CP 2050, and that's your cultivator, and that's it. That's all you got. More than enough to get you going. Oh yeah, there's your seeder. As you can tell, I don't even know what I'm doing on here half the time, what I put on here. Things start running together when you do this many maps at once. Oh, that's your lights. Alright, so we go outside. Here's your fuel tank. As I already showed you, here's your bins. Out here you're going to have your spreader and your cultivator, your nice big silo. There's no collectible up there this time, so don't worry, there won't be anything floating if you delete it. And the sound does go away when you sell that, so you're not going to have just a random sound stuck here. Oh boy, I gotta move that somewhere else. Alright, and then this is the potato silo I built. This is actually going to be on the mod hub as a standalone mod if anyone wants a potato silo. I don't know if you do, but it comes standard on this map. It can hold 3 million liters of potatoes. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's pretty much it for the start farm. So, we are going to take flight. Alright, kind of get a bird's eye view up here. Yeah, they didn't fix the distances, as you can see, even though they were supposed to look into it. As you can see, the distances still do not work, even though it's set up for base game. There is a simple fix to that by putting the distances in their own folder and putting it in the map, but they didn't want me to do that either. So, that's how it looks. But anyways, this is all your potato fields in the middle. Lots and lots and lots. I think there's almost 600 acres of potatoes. So, here is your farmer's market. You got pallet. You can sell pallets here. Accepts a wide variety of stuff. Let's see. You can sell your grain and stuff like that over on this side. Lots of little decorations everywhere. I put quite a few roads that have traffic on them, so it seems to be keeping them pretty well at bay. They're not acting all crazy like they are on some of the other maps. Let's see, I guess we'll go to the town next. Let's kind of take a nice little ride through here. As you can see, there's lots of details everywhere. This is one of your entrances to one of the fields. Obviously, you don't have to use that. You can just go right here, but I made it interesting if you want to play in the mud. Nice little off-road area right here to try and get in your field. So, yep, more potatoes. And we'll go this way. Alright, so this is the road that leads into town. This is one of the few fields that are not potatoes. This is just a nice field grass field. So here's your town. You're going to come in, you got the gas station right here. You purchase your fuel right here. Let's see, it's your mechanic shop. There's nothing really going on here. You can't do anything. It's just strictly decoration, but yeah. Same thing with your post office. Can't really do anything there. Cafe, there's no sales points. Just decoration. Fire department. But back here is your vehicle dealer. Yes, there are people inside. Unfortunately, you can't go in there, but they are in there. So, that's your trigger. Obviously, you can open up the dealership right there. Let's see what we got here. Nothing back there. And then this is going to be your repair trigger, sales point, whatever you want to do. Oh yeah, I don't have that mod. The visual sales mod, if you have it, the used equipment will show up over here. I didn't load it, I forgot. But it's there. Alright, and then here's your town area again. Here's your bank. ATM doesn't do anything. people walking. Alright, so here's your bakery. If you choose to use as a production point, your bread and cakes and whatnot will show up right there. Dump your materials here, and this is also a sales point, so you can sell whatever ingredients would be used at the bakery. I mean, you can put grain, whatnot, flour, whatever you want to sell there. That, I mean, it accepts a pretty good variety of stuff. Hardware store, strictly decoration, no sales point, anything like that. This stuff's all just decoration, so no, it's not supposed to move. Here's your spinnery. Sales point, you can sell cotton and wool. If you choose to use it, your fabric will come out right there. Same thing with your tailor shop. You can sell fabric there if you want, or you can dump your fabric there and then boxes of clothing will show up right there. Standard pricing, I didn't adjust that. I did, however, adjust the daily upkeep on all this stuff, so it's basically nothing. It's not really going to cost you much to have this stuff going. Here you got some people staring at flowers and garden stuff. Besides that, here's your sales point for the supermarket. This takes any supermarket item. It will not take things like wood products and stuff like that, but it will take any food product. Alright, so that's it for the town. Gotta go back this way. Alright, so if you go up this road here, zoom. Alright, so here's your grain mill. This was what was having the issue on Ohio. It's fixed. It won't do the same thing. You dump your grain and stuff here. It's a sell point, or if you want to use this as a production point, it will produce flour and stuff, and it will come back here. Standard pricing. It does have increased capacities, and it does have faster production speeds. So it will produce stuff faster, and it costs you less. As I said, the daily upkeeps are reduced. Alright, so animal dealer over here. Zoom. Okay, so you got your animal dealer here. You will buy your stuff right here. Buy your animals there. Sell them, whatever you want to do. You can sell bales, anything bale right there. Any grass product, alfalfa, clover, silage, anything you want to sell there. This is all mud, so have fun. As you know, my maps have very soft mud. You will get stuck, so think ahead before you go driving back here. Back here is your manure purchase point. All mud, so like I said, really consider what you bring back here to pick this stuff up. Here they're talking in the couple people talking at the poo pond. And here's where you pick up your liquid manure, your slurry, your watery poo. And this guy's over here talking to himself. Here's some cows. Yep. So that's your animal dealer. Now, here's my, I'm not going to buy it, but actually, you know what? I think I did. I think I made that where I own it, don't I? Yeah, so I do own this. So this is the commercial grow shed. If you've never downloaded this mod, this is something I made. It is basically a money maker. This thing grows all kinds of different vegetables. As you can see, you got carrots, chili peppers, come on now, garlic, green beans, lettuce, all the base stuff that a greenhouse would have, but of course it has to have potatoes. It's got peas, red beet, spinach, onions, strawberries, tomatoes, green beans, all that good stuff. So this stuff spits stuff out like no other. Alright, so we continue on. Now, if you do happen to buy this, or if you, I'm sorry, if you don't buy this, it is on the map, like automatically, obviously, it's there. If you don't own it, you can't go inside, but the way I have it, this is a sales point for certain, like whatever this thing accepts. So if you want to sell like solid fertilizer, seeds, this, you can sell seeds and fertilizer here, and the trigger extends out to about here. Actually, I may even be able to show you that. So as you can see, that little box, if you go here and you dump seed or fertilizer without owning this building, you will get money. It will purchase it and you can sell your stuff right there. So, just a thought, because a lot of places don't accept fertilizer and things like that. So this location does, and that's kind of why I extended that out a little bit, so that if you want to sell stuff there, you can. So, we continue on. Alright, we'll just zip on down through here again. Let me check the weather real quick. I'm just curious. Oh, no tornado this time. I was going to say, the last couple times I've loaded into here, I've had a tornado right away. It's going to possibly be able to show you that. Alright, so we zoom back down this road. Zip, 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 zip. Yep, all this good stuff. Alright, so now, this is kind of your industrial area, tucked off in this corner. This is your grain elevator sales point. Right here, you can sell basically any grain product. This is not going to accept things like green beans, beets, potatoes, things like that. You cannot sell those here. You can sell anything grain though. Over here is your potato processing plant. You can sell potatoes here. So if you want to sell your potatoes without doing the production, you can bring them here, and the AI splines do work to this, so you can send your guy here and they'll just dump it and sell it and come back to you. I've already tested that. It does work. But if you do want to buy this area, you can come right here. You can purchase this potato processing plant and you can make potato chips. You will have to provide it certain... what does that take? It takes... Sorry, let me see here. Oh boy, what are you doing? Okay, so it takes sunflower oil, canola oil, or olive oil. There is not an oil processing plant on this map, so if you want to do those products, you will either have to place one yourself, or you can come over here to the warehouse and you can buy them. So let's see. I just want to make sure. I think I already checked this, but you should be able to buy those oils. Yeah, olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. It's expensive, but you can buy them. So, and while we're over here, you can sell a lot of stuff here. Not really any food items, so to say. You can sell some of that kind of stuff, but this is mostly like your wood products, furniture, bathtub, barrels, things like that. Oh, are you floating? Oh, no. Okay. Alright, so, and then tucked off over here is your dairy sales point and production site. So, if you choose to do dairy farm, like a dairy farm or anything, you can come here. You'll sell your milk, or you can buy this location and do your dairy production. Alright, so continuing on. We're gonna zip here down this here dirt road, or this paved road, to this dirt road. And yeah, good luck going 50 miles an hour in here. It's a little bumpy. So, as I've said before, potatoes, lots of potatoes. Alright, so this is one of your pre-built purchasable farms. Obviously all ICA stuff. Very, This is probably one of the nicer ones. Pretty well decorated. Got a little everything here. You can walk through this. Oh, I'm getting stuff. So yeah, this is out of his newest pack. These buildings are really awesome. I just made this whole farm out of the newest stuff. Now, these decorations, I've been getting a lot of messages about these, like these barrels and things like this. And then back here, there's like piles of debris, things like that. These are all linked to various things. So now, like a farm like this that does not have a pre-placed house, this is a required mod. Actually, all this stuff is, except the silo is just your standard base game silo that I made a multi-fruit. So everything is tied into this. I'll show you. If you decide you don't want the silo, or you don't want those decorations and stuff around, you can come here and you can sell this silo, and there you go. All that stuff's gone. Everything's gone. No piles of debris, no random stuff hidden everywhere. It's gone. And then if you want that silo back, as it is one that I altered, it is here in your menu. Clicking too much at once. So if you come all the way to the bottom here, you see, as you can see at the bottom there, it says Idaho Tater Land Mod. That's the same silo we just sold. That is going to be your multi-fruit. That's specific to this map. So there you go. And if you don't want it to put down whatever texture it decides to attach to it, I don't know. It's probably going to be the really dark asphalt. I suggest just go into free mode, since this area already is leveled and ready for it. There you go. It's back. Okay, but no decorations. So those barrels and everything, that's all gone. If you want to get rid of them. As I was saying, on my other maps, it's the same way. It's either tied to a house or a silo. Alright, so now we'll come down the street to this location. This is your next farm. You know what, I probably should have told you the price on that one, shouldn't I? So this farm to purchase is going to be 301,000. It's 2.5 acres, and obviously you get all those nice buildings and stuff. I'm talking about that one there. Now this one, you don't get as much. You just get one garage. I want to say this. Yeah, this does have a workshop. You got the multi-fruit silo. Same thing as I was saying. Same. I don't remember which one. I either tied the decorations to the house or the silo. I don't remember, but same thing. You got barrels and random decorations around. They're tied to something. You can get rid of them. So, that being said, this the only thing that will not go away, though, just so you know, are these power lines. Those are set there. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. So to buy this farm, you're $245,520. Just a nice little starter farm. Now, tucked away back here, where is that thing tucked? There it is. Alright, so you're going to come down this dirt road from these other two farms, and you got a little something hidden back here. Now, this is going to be really fun to get through. This is no joke trying to get through this. It's very soft mud. It's got a little bit of an incline here. So as I was saying, really think about what you're trying to tow through here, because I have gotten myself stuck. So with this farm, this is kind of your old rustic farm tucked away back here. You got your house with your sleep wardrobe trigger, wardrobes back around over on the side. Hang on a second. What was that? Oh, okay. Ooh, see, there's... Might have to get rid of that bush that's growing inside. Okay, so here's your shed. It's just a little tiny shed. You can put some equipment in. Come around over here. You can get up here. This is one of your required mods. This is a multi-fruit, kind of an old silo. This is made by Insane Sim Guy. It's a really nice little silo set for kind of your rustic farm. That's also multi-fruit. I believe it holds 300,000 liters. Another little barn you can do whatever with. I don't suggest going out that door because, yeah, there's not much you're going to do with that door. But, so what's kind of cool about this one is behind here, you got your river. Now if you have the Highlands fishing, or the Highlands pack, you can go fishing here. So if you want to go fishing in the river, obviously you can cast the line out and just kind of relax and do some fishing. Okay, so continuing, actually, I'll tell you the price. So this one's cheap. This one's 138,336. That's 5.7 acres. It's a pretty good sized lot compared to these other ones. It's much cheaper, but I mean, you don't get a whole lot. The property's mostly forested. You have a really, really small field here. It does start out as soybeans, so I mean, you're not going to get much of a yield, but yeah, I may actually change this to something else, because I mean, granted, soybeans sell for a lot, but you get a very, very small yield. I may actually change that to maybe one of the grains or something, or maybe even canola. I'm not sure. But continuing on. There is a little off-road trail like Ohio. Not much to it. I didn't get too entailed with this one, but it's got a pretty nice little couple steep areas. It's all mud, so it's going to be kind of challenging to get through. It's a little bit of fun. So yeah, it just kind of loops around there and then back out here. So this field starts you out as corn, one of the very few fields that aren't potatoes. It's kind of a small field though. I mean, it's not even 5 acres, 120,000. Same thing with the one next to it. It's 4.5 acres. Well, actually, that's the property size. I'm sorry, that's not the field size, but it's a little bit bigger field. Maybe. I don't know. They're about the same. 110,000 for that one. So you do have options to start out doing something else besides potatoes if you don't want to do that. Come down the road a little further here, you have an alfalfa field. So you can even come here and cut and bale some alfalfa if you want. It's a pretty good sized field. That one's going to run you 297,000. It's a little over 12 acres. And of course, you got another little pond back here you can do some fishing in. And then these houses are basically just decorative houses, but they can be sold. So you can purchase this land. It's pretty good sized plot. It's 251,000, 5 acres. Now, if you want to sell it, everything here is tied to this little barn over here. So if you want to get rid of this area, you can just sell the shed. You're only going to get $250 though. So I mean, you're not really getting anything to sell the house. You're basically buying the property. So sell the house, sell everything. Got a blank space, but nope, you don't see that there. But you are going to have the power line there, so you are going to have to work around that. That's just something that I kind of set up like that, but I mean, this is one of my more detailed maps that I've done. So I mean, I'm kind of sticking to some really realistic stuff. So I mean, you are gonna have power lines going to your house. So I'm sorry, but that's something that's gonna have to stay. All right, so continuing on. Here's your next pre-built farm. Got one big shed here. Got a little overhang to put your stuff. Another multi-fruit silo. Which, as I was saying, the decorations that are around, I believe, are tied to the house on this one. So if you want to get rid of those, you can sell the house, and it'll get rid of all the decoration stuff here. So this, oh come on. This one is going to be 538,200. A little under 4.5 acres, but you get more stuff with it. Alright, so this way we didn't go yet, but I mean it's just a dirt road that takes you through the potato fields. Nothing really to see there. So we'll come back to this road here. Yep, zoom, 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 zoom. Alright, here's another one of those, I guess you would just call it a pre-built. It's just a residential area. Now the same thing, if you sell this little carport, it'll get rid of the house and the pool and all the decorations. So, yeah. Alright, then you're going to come around this way. Here's your next pre-built farm. It's kind of a little, like an older style American farm. Got your house, you got a little path leading here to your another multi-fruit silo. This is one I actually customized. The base game one I'm sure you're familiar with. It's very small and short. I made this one quite a bit larger so that it actually looks more like a silo would, so it's a little taller than the barn. And why are you floating there? I gotta move that trigger back down. So, what was I saying? I believe this one has an increased capacity too, since I made it bigger. Fix that trigger. It's floating. Let's see here. Alright, so this is base game one. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller. That's the base game. Quite a bit smaller. So the one I made, or I basically just kind of tweaked the base game one, made it bigger. Is it the same price? No. So it's a little more expensive for these, for the custom one I made, but it holds 600,000 liters instead of the 200,000 liters the base game one holds, and it's multi-fruit. So, yeah. But as I was saying, I gotta fix that one trigger that's floating there. I didn't move it. Alright, so back to it. So you got your barn here, put your equipment there, got a nice little trail taking you here to your silo, and then it kind of winds you through some bush area here. Takes you around here, got a nice little area here you can go into. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's your barn. Let me out. Come on now. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so then going back here, you got your little path. Takes you back out here. Alright, and then obviously here's your farmhouse, sleep and wardrobe trigger. Gonna be right, well, sleep trigger's on the porch, the wardrobe's around back. It's mostly just, I mean, it's basically a base game house, except the daily upkeep is reduced, I want to say to like $1 or something. It's basically nothing. Alright, and then we got the last little residential area here, little plot. Yeah, I mean, same thing. If you sell this little shed, it gets rid of everything here. Alright, so that's pretty much all of that. And yeah, and then we're back over here to our main farm. So that's pretty much it. That's the map. Fly up nice and high so you can kind of see the whole layout of it. It's a pretty open, relatively flat map in the middle. So this map I based off of the Snake River Flats area. Just kind of roughly based it. Obviously it's not identical or anything like that, but that's why the river's here. Yeah. So obviously by the river area, kind of on the other side of the river area, you're going to have your more hilly areas, which is kind of how it is. And then your potato area is very flat and not much going on there. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to show you the trail to the other field you own. So this leads you to your other field, which is your rye field. Now this is where things get interesting. This is where a lot of my pictures came from. I've been stuck multiple times. So this is what makes it fun. This is a nice deep little mud pit here that you have to try and get through to make it to this field. I did make it a little shallower and less steep because before I couldn't even get an empty semi through here. I got stuck every single time. So I've done rigorous testing on this, and it is possible to get the semi through here with a pretty light load. You have to know what you're doing, and you got to really play with it, but it's possible. So, continue on this path. Takes you back here. Now this is where it also begins to get interesting. The mud begins here. So, this whole part, as you can see, through the river is mud. It's not the consistency of the darker mud, so it's not as soft and slippery, but it's still mud. And mud on this map is no joke. So really keep that in mind when you're loading your trailer. I would not suggest using a semi. If you want to do this the right way, I would use the big tractor and maybe get a bigger trailer if you can possibly do it. But it's going to be kind of rough getting back and forth through here. But yeah, here's your rye field tucked off in the corner. It does have a pretty nice little incline to it, so it's not just a flat field. Yeah. So that's the map. That's Idaho Taterland. So yeah, if you like this video and you like this map, give it a like. If you want to see more videos by me, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you know I do go live occasionally. Actually, I may go live more often as I'm going to be working on my other map, the Rolling Farmlands Michigan Remastered. I may do some live map making sessions on that. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. I'm not going to group the testing into this video since the tour itself took almost 45 minutes. I'm going to make a separate video for that. So be sure to check that one out too if you want to see the actual potato harvesting test. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you enjoy the map. So yeah, have a good night